everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Doc's Autos. I am Tim, and this episode is unofficially brought to you by Diet Coke. Why? Because you can't drink beer every day. Now, in our last video, we did a bunch of work to the front end of the X3 here. We installed our new air intake thingamajigger here. And what else did we do? Oh, we tried to open the hood. So we got this installed. We installed our crash bar yesterday as well. Bumper reinforcement, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, the old one definitely had seen better days. Definitely had seen better days. So nice new reinforcement on there. We got our brake duct installed over here on the driver's side. And basically need to tighten up the bolts for the crash bar here, a couple of little brackets, retainers to put on. And then the plan for today is throw on the headlights, and that will at least allow us to be able to drive the vehicle. I haven't gone farther than into the garage to work on it here yet. So other than we know it runs, it shifts. I haven't taken it out on the road to do anything with it yet. So live out in the sticks. So a quick run down the dirt road will not be a big deal here. Of course, you also see other vehicles on the road driving around with far less on the front of the car than we're going to have here. So we will wait on that. And I believe today the intake here, the snorkel shows up. So I'll get that installed. And also, unfortunately, the little screen says it's about a 3-week lead time to have that delivered here. So while I'd like to have it in, I don't know that I want to leave the whole front end of the vehicle off for that long and not drive it. So we will see. We'll see what I need to do. Maybe I can sneak up and just tuck it in somewhere somehow without too much of a problem. But for right now, we'll work on getting the headlights mounted. I did a pre-fitment recently, and I do know that this side here needs to be massaged just a little bit on the quarter panel here to get it to line up with the edge of the headlight. So those body lines are all clean. Otherwise, everything else so far pre-fitment has gone just fine. So we'll go ahead and turn on that fast action time-lapse video and get these couple of headlights set up. So here we go. Now, I'd mentioned before on the driver's side here that all these tabs were broken off, and through a series of a little bit of plastic welding, I still have to replace this here. I may just choose to temporarily repair it because I cannot find just the specific lenses for these assemblies right now. But for the tabs themselves, I welded them back on with plastic, thermal welding. And as you can see, it's not super pretty. It doesn't have to be in this case, but the welds are back in place. These tabs are back in place, and you can hold it up by the light, by the tab, and it's not going anywhere. I mean, you can see the plastic around the tab assembly flexing, but where the actual brake was, it's not flexing. So that's pretty awesome. And at the top here, I actually did my did my plastic welding from the bottom here, and again, it's ugly as heck, but hey. But on top, I chose to tack in where I could, but then I used some JB Weld, and I set in some small finishing nails for some added strength in here. So this again is going to be rock solid for mounting back up here. So we'll go ahead and get these in place if I stop dropping my bolts everywhere. Look at that, is in there secure. That's not going to go anywhere. Plug in our other set of headlights for right now. And over here, I'll show you, there is a little bit of work to get the body panel to fit in here, as it should, but it's just going to be a little bit of work and flexing things around a little bit as needed. But that'll fit together. That won't be a problem. But as long as we have our snorkel, let's go ahead and put that in. Oh, let's see, what do we have here? Look at this, genuine BMW parts. There you go. Right out of Lake Mary, Florida. Even in the German box, so you know it's got to be good. And look at that. New inbox. Our intake snorkel, again, look at that BMW Group. Factory OE parts. Not OEM, not aftermarket, third party, cheap, regular old BMW parts. Now we have a bolt down here, or screw. And granted, I didn't shoot myself in the foot by putting the headlight in first. This should tuck in here pretty easily. And then we'll be all set. It is newish. New stock, September 18th of 2018 with the BMW emblem on there. So it is true parts. And yep, I think I shot myself in the foot by putting on the headlight assembly. So, I'll just have to loosen that. Now I know, because everybody's curious, here is that quarter panel and where we've got to massage it back into to fit in with the line. So not a big deal, and just be kind of pushing it in, get this body line, the panel line straightened up a little more, kind of flattened out so we're not squished so far out. What happens is this kind of collapsed a little bit. So we just need to kind of open it back up, push it back in a little bit, and then we'll end up with a pretty tight line like this over here, but of course, since I'm missing that one bracket, we can't tightly tuck it up against here, but it will snug up close when it's all said and done. So there we go. And here is that snorkel that I was trying to show you. The lighting is pretty horrible. Try this again. There we go. Try this. Here's that snorkel I was pointing out earlier, that it goes back into the air box. So once our other filter screen comes in, our intake screen comes in, that goes over that hole there, and then we will have that all tidied up from any critters or debris getting in there. So I've got to tighten up the bolts for the bumper here, and a couple of little doohickeys to throw on. I did have to cut one of the bolts when taking out the old damaged crash bar, so I did have to source another one of those. And otherwise, we're going together pretty well. My next step is going to be get the bumper cleaned up and work on repairing this damage back here, if you can see it. This damage back here from the wherever it was cut. So that'll be the next step, and see how that goes. Otherwise, if we drop the hood, I think everything looks pretty well. Starting to look a little more like a vehicle with the headlights and that front air duct in. So for right now, we're going to work on getting that bumper cleaned up, and we'll be back when we start working on repairing that one corner. So if you like this or hated it, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button below, and we'll catch you on the next video. One of these videos we will do walk around on the interior. It is a pretty clean vehicle. Does need a little bit of just general cleaning, and I will bust out the line of ammo products. You can check out a link for Larry and his wonderful detailing and cleaning products below. So be sure to check them out, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.